What if everything you're trying to fix in your life is just a memory waiting to be released? This ancient Hawaiian prayer doesn't just fix your past, it rewrites your entire energy field and brings it back to balance. Hello, friends, and welcome. If you're new to this channel, my name is Ramya, and on this channel, we explore all the ways in which you can step into your most authentic self so that you can go about and live your purpose on this planet. I've created a free authenticity workbook for you that's packed with powerful prompts that will help you uncover your true essence. So give yourself the gift and download that workbook now. In today's video, we're going to talk about Ho'oponopono, which is an ancient Hawaiian prayer that has the power to create miracles in your life. Over the years, I've tried so many healing modalities. I've learned so many different healing methods, but I find myself coming back to Ho'oponopono time and time again because it's just that powerful. Sometimes I've seen shifts happen instantly as I just clean. So we're going to talk about what cleaning really is, what Ho'oponopono means, the story behind Ho'oponopono, the 4 phrases used in the prayer, and we're also going to see some practical applications as to how you can go about and use this prayer in your life. Let's first understand what the word Ho'oponopono means. The word ho means to make happen or to make something happen. The word pono means to set things right or to bring balance. So if you notice, pono occurs twice in the word Ho'oponopono. That's how important cleaning and bringing things back into balance is. So Ho'oponopono is a cleaning tool that not only targets the surface level healing, but it goes one layer deeper and purifies your entire energy body. Now, before we get into the 4 phrases of Ho'oponopono, I'd like to give you the backstory of how this phrase came out to be. Okay, now this takes me to the story of Dr. Hugh Len. Okay, so this is Dr. Hugh Len, and he was a clinical psychologist at a Hawaiian hospital for the criminally insane. Now, this ward had criminals who were so dangerous that they were murderers, they were rapists, they were violent, and all of this because they were mentally ill. So this ward was so dangerous that staff called in sick so constantly. Therapists quit regularly. There was so much violence all the time. Patients attacked each other and no one ever felt safe. There was just so much chaos. So Dr. Hewlett couldn't go on ground and cure any of these patients because it was just simply impossible to work with them. They were just not in a position to be worked on. So what did he do instead? He decided that he was not going to meet the patients face to face. Instead, what he did was he brought home the entire records of all the patients in the ward and he started opening up each record one by one and using Ho'oponopono on each of those records. He believed that if he was seeing these patients in his reality, then that must mean that there's some part of him that's attracting this reality into his life. Now, I'm not sure if you watch any of my older videos, but there I've covered that at any given point, we are bombarded by 11 million bits of information. Out of those 11 million bits, we are only able to perceive 40 bits. So, there's a teeny tiny portion of reality that we are perceiving at any given time. So, Dr. Hewlett wanted to find out what his 40 bits were that was attracting this reality into his life. So he took 100% responsibility for the fact that he had attracted these patients into his life and he started practicing Ho'oponopono on them. He started saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, to each record and each file. Now, as he cleaned his own energy, miracles started to happen. The patients, they started to get better one by one. Slowly, the violence decreased. There were less cases of staff quitting or staff not showing up on time. Finally, in 4 years, all the patients were cured completely that they had to shut the ward down because there was no more use for the ward. Do you see how powerful this prayer is? He didn't have to work on the patients physically. All he did was clean his energy and the situation in front of him changed. So the whole premise of Ho'oponopono is you are 100% responsible for everything you see, hear and experience, not because it's your fault, but because it's in your subconscious mind as data. If it was not in your subconscious mind, there was no way you would see that in your physical reality. Now let's understand what data means in Ho'oponopono. Data is nothing but memories or energetic imprints or patterns that are stored in our subconscious minds. Now, these patterns or these memories may not be consciously accumulated. They could even be from past lives. They could be from our ancestors that are just stored in our DNA and passed on through generations. They could be from childhood conditioning. They could be from things that you hear on media or things in your surroundings. Okay, so these memories and this data, which is imprinted in our subconscious mind, is responsible for the reality that we are experiencing in our lives today. So anytime you have a health problem or a relationship problem or financial problem, it's not, instead of fixing what's happening on the external world, if we go in and erase that data which is causing that predicament in our life, we'll see soon enough that the external reality also starts to shift. So when something is triggering you or hurting you or annoying you or scaring you, don't really look outside, because it's not the person who is doing that thing to you. They are not at fault. They are simply a mirror image of whatever is happening within us. This means we can be empowered enough to take 100% responsibility for everything that's happening in our lives, and we can also be responsible for cleaning it out and healing that part of us. Now, as you know, Ho'oponopono has 4 lines. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. So why these 4 lines? What makes them so powerful that they become a prayer in themselves? Because each of these 4 lines targets a specific part of the problem or the stuck energy, and it works to loosen that energy and the grip of that old memory and return you to zero. What is zero? Zero is your state when you don't have any thoughts, you don't have any memories, you don't have any imprints. You're just pure consciousness. So you're peaceful, you're joyful, you're inspired, and divine energy can just flow through you without any resistance. That is a state of zero. So when you chant these 4 lines, the idea is to clean out whatever is stuck, whatever is resistant in you, to bring you back to zero. Now let's look at the power of each of these 4 lines and what makes them so potent. Okay. The first line is, I'm sorry. Now, it's important to remember that when you say I'm sorry, you're not really saying I'm sorry from a place of guilt. You're not guilty about anything. Guilt is a very low vibrational emotion. So you're not feeling sorry to the person or about the situation, and you're most definitely not beating yourself up about it. When you say sorry, you are saying sorry to the source, to the divine, to the creator. You're saying, I'm sorry for not being aware that this pattern existed within me. Okay? So when you say, I'm sorry, your ego dissolves. And when your ego dissolves, the resistance goes away. And when resistance goes away, divine energy can enter you much more easily and work with you to clean out that pattern that's causing the situation. Okay, so it's, when you say I'm sorry, you're kind of opening up the door to start your healing process. The next phrase is, please forgive me. Again, you're not asking for forgiveness from a person or a situation. You're asking divine for forgiveness. It's a way of asking the divine to forgive you and help you let go, to help you surrender whatever pattern is in you that is causing this situation. So please forgive me for not being aware, for attracting this pattern without knowing. Please take it away from me, divine. I'm ready to let go. That's what this phrase, please forgive me, means. Okay, so first you're saying I'm sorry, so you're dissolving the ego, and then the second step is to let go. Please forgive me, I'm ready to let go and release. Now the third step is thank you. You're thanking the divine for helping you release this pattern from your subconscious mind, from your energy field. When you say thank you, you are entering into a mode of gratitude. And gratitude is one of the highest vibration emotions there is. And when you are in gratitude, you're also opening up a state to receive whatever the divine has in store for you. So you see, it moves you from resistance to surrender to openness. The fourth phrase is, I love you. I love you, divine, for cleaning this out from my energy field. I love you, my inner child, for releasing this. I love you, divine, for giving me an opportunity to clean. When you say, I love you, what happens is love is an alchemizing force. Love is such a high vibration emotion that whatever it touches transmutes to love. So whatever remnants of your patterns are still left in your field, when you like infuse it with love, that also gets transmuted into love. So in a way, you're completing the circuit of healing by first dissolving your ego, then letting go, then you're in gratitude, and then finally you're sealing it with love. So this completes the process of healing. Every single time you chant this prayer, a layer of subconscious pattern gets erased and gets cleaned. So keep chanting it until you feel you're completely at peace. Now, the best part about this prayer is that you don't need to know what you're cleaning. You don't need to know what memory you're working on. You don't even need to go in and fix anything or heal anything. All you need to do is chant these 4 lines with the intention. Now that you have an understanding of why we say these 4 lines, your mind already knows the reason for chanting. So, with the intention in mind, just chant these 4 lines, and that's all you need to do to clean. And this is why I personally love this compared to many of the other healing modalities, because I don't really love to go back to my past and relive memories and bring them up and work with my inner child to heal them. Sometimes, of course, it's necessary to do that, but I find that Ho'oponopono really helps release a lot of very deep rooted stuff, though I don't even need to know what it's cleaning. I just know the situation changes and I know I feel calm. So in Ho'oponopono, one of the advantages is that you don't have to keep repeating memories of your past or talking about it. You can just work on the emotions or the feelings that come up, and the situation changes or you'll feel differently about it. So here's what happens when you clean. Layers of your subconscious programming gets cleaned, not just from this lifetime, but from multiple lifetimes, maybe even ancestral, maybe from your DNA. It neutralizes the energy that created that situation. So when it neutralizes the energy that created the situation, your vibration changes. So when you stop vibrating at that level, you'll stop attracting that pattern again and again into your life. When you do this, you'll notice that either the situation changes or that you'll not be bothered by it anymore. Either way, it's a win-win for you and you're free. Now let's look at some practical examples of how you can practice Ho'oponopono in your daily life. Now imagine your partner is being cold to you, or that you don't have enough money in your bank and this is causing you some kind of stress, or that somebody is being very rude to you at your workplace. How do you practice Ho'oponopono so that you come back to a state of balance? Now, if for any situation, now let's take the example of you not having money in your bank account and that's really stressing you out. Now, step one is to acknowledge that you're feeling stressed and take 100% responsibility for the situation. You're not blaming the economy, you're not blaming the government, you're not blaming your job for not having money. You are taking 100% responsibility for seeing that reality in your life. Step two is to keep that situation in mind and start chanting the 4 phrases of the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Again, remember, you're talking to the divine, you're not talking to the situation, and you're not talking to the person involved. The third step is to repeat the prayer as many times as possible when you're driving, when you're cooking, when you're journaling, when you're just sitting idle. Whenever you can, have it run on autopilot in your mind. You don't have to say it out aloud. You can just chant it in your mind and it will still work the same. There are no prescribed number of times you need to do Ho'oponopono. There are some teachers who say you should do it 21 times or 108 times, and they do it just so that you have some structure. But in reality, there's no prescribed number of times you need to chant it. You can keep repeating these 4 phrases until you feel at peace within yourself, until you feel that, okay, now this situation doesn't bother me anymore. If the situation is slightly more serious, make sure you chant it every day for at least 15 minutes until that situation changes or until you feel differently about it. Try this for 21 days on anything that comes up. Anytime an undesirable feeling comes up, anytime you're irritated or angry or anxious, try just saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Keep saying this until you come to a state of peace, and I promise you, you will see a different reality. Now, Ho'oponopono is such a miraculous prayer that there are millions of case studies of how people have attracted so much money, better relationships, better health, all by just chanting these 4 phrases. And I myself have experienced this in my life where there might be a crazy difficult situation where I just don't know how to get through to the other person, but When I start chanting Ho'oponopono in my mind, that situation automatically diffuses and it's almost as if that conflict never even happened. It's so beautiful, it's so miraculous. And honestly, I've done so many different healing modalities, all super powerful, but I still turn to Ho'oponopono because it's the easiest thing you can do to immediately diffuse a situation. It's almost, there's no excuse to not try it. Okay. And keep going at it. Just because you don't see results immediately doesn't mean that it's not working, because we are energy beings. It's being cleaned at an energetic level. So you never know. When you clean, you never know what you're cleaning and what's getting dissolved. You may suddenly stop attracting that pattern of, like a toxic partner or like low income or a toxic boss. So you don't know what you're shifting. So keep chanting and have faith that something is moving and something is shifting in your field. Okay, sometimes the results are super immediate, you can see it. Sometimes it may take some time, but either way, it's still cleaning something in your energy field. It's so, so powerful. All right. So this is about Ho'oponopono, completely miraculous prayer. I love it. It's so easy. There's a longer version of it by Morna Simona, and there's a lot of ritual and ancient practices surrounding it, but you don't need to know any of that unless you're a nerd like me and you like to study different modalities. All you need to know is these four phrases. You can chant it anytime you want, at work, when you're going to sleep, when you're cooking. Yeah, you know the grind. So do it and let me know. Do it for 21 days. Let me know your results. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them in the comments. If you found value in the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure you download the free authenticity workbook. It's super, super powerful. And I will see you in the next one.